Welcome back to Loopbreakers, the series where we dive into the stories behind Fortnite's most passionate and creative players. Today we're dropping in with no one but two rising voices in the scene, SpicyMayopls and Cosmic Gruber. Their content is casual, friendly, and full of good vibes, but don't let that fool you. These two can still pop off when it counts. You can add their perfect song choices and captions that always land, and it's not a surprise that they have become some of the most fun and relatable streamers I could find out there. Two separate journeys shared on the same ride. This is how Cosmic and Spicy broke the loop, one laugh, one stream, one highlight at a time. Alright, I want to start with one of my favorite questions. Why Fortnite? What got you hooked in the first place?
That's a great question, Peely. There's a lot of reasons why I personally love Fortnite. First one being just the look and feel of the game. The graphics are super bright. The gameplay itself is silly in a lot of ways with goofy weapons and such. I also appreciate how personalized you can make your gameplay with customizing your skin, your pickaxe, backbling, the emotes that you choose to use. And lastly, most importantly, the people in the community. I've met so many awesome people on this game, and it keeps me coming back every day.
Fortnite, I feel like, is a little bit of a digital playground. There's so much opportunity for creativity to just explode here, season over season and chapter over chapter. For me, I love the style of it. I love the chaos, whether it's the loadout or the just overall meta or themes for the season. It's like constantly evolving. So sometimes it feels like you're living in a little bit of a comic book. And the vibes, I think, would be the other big thing for me. They're immaculate, especially when you're playing with friends or making connections with new people and random squad fills. So for me, it's not just a game. It's like a whole galaxy of experiences. And for someone like me who loves characters and who loves being immersed in community and helping to maintain and create community and the bold aesthetics that come with Fortnite, it just feels like, another home.
What was your first memory or favorite early moment in-game?
There is a moment that comes to mind for me. So it was one of the very first games that I played Fortnite, and I didn't really know what I was doing, where I was going. I certainly looked like a bot. But there was another player. I was playing solo, not on my team, didn't have a team, that instead of trying to eliminate me, came up to me and gave me a hug, also waved at me, emoted with me for a little bit, and then let me go about the game and left me there. And I thought that interaction was so cool and so fun that people can be friendly in the game. And yeah, that's my first experience.
It would have to be the first time my wife and I played split screen together at home. We had no idea that was something we could even do together. And her and I are always looking for new games to play with. And we both love the joy video games brings to our lives. And this was one game that elevated that idea to a whole new level for both of us. And it was just like the blend of goofiness and style that Fortnite was, like the insane emotes and like ridiculous collabs coupled with these like chaotic weapon pools and creative like POIs we could drop in together and play together with. And for me, that was like when I knew that this was going to be something completely different than anything else we played.
When did you start creating content and what pushed you to share your gameplay?
For me, since the very beginning of Fortnite, I have been clipping all of my favorite moments in the game to the point where now I have hundreds, if not thousands, of clips. I also love TikTok. I love watching TikTok trends and funny TikToks, and decided why not share this with others and try to make it fun and engaging and let others see the fun moments that I have to share.
Considering how recent it was, it's actually hard to like put an exact like pinpoint on when it happened that I wanted to create content. And I think it was just the joy of the game, like the emotes, the outfits that got me at first. I'd be like vibing and a pre-game lobby or messing around like post-match, looking at old clips I snagged from gameplay, and then I thought like, holy man, this is a whole mood. And so I started to clip those moments, like whether they were like an occasional clutch or, you know, just joy, and then just starting to put silly beats behind them, and then it kind of just took off from there.
Before we move on to the next section, I want to say that if there's anybody that you think should be on this show, any creator that you want to give a shout out to, let me know. I'll try my best to get them into the show, but ultimately it's up to them to join. If you're enjoying this episode, every single piece of support that comes our way helps. So thank you for being around, and let's keep talking to Cosmic and Spicy about their journey. We're going to move on to a quick fire section. I'm going to ask you 10 fast questions, just answer as quick as possible. If you could keep only one skin on your account, which one are you saving?
I think for me, it's a tie between Neuralynx and Myra. And they're both fierce and celestial, and they kind of fit the cosmic groover aesthetic, one in a magical witchy sense and the other in like a more futuristic sense. Oh, it'd have to be Neuralynx.
And for me, it would have to be the lyric skin. I wear this skin all the time. It's my favorite.
You've got one last game to prove your legacy. What is your perfect loadout?
Give me a Hollow Twister AR, give me a Sentinel Pump Shotgun, give me a Mammoth Pistol, and 2 slots reserved for max carry shockwave grenades. 6 for pushing players, and 6 for when I fail to push correctly, I need to get that get out of jail free card readily available.
For me, it would be the Hollow Twister AR, Gatekeeper Shotgun, 6 shockwaves, some heals, and some bunkers for cover if we're playing zero build.
You have to live in one Fortnite POI for a whole season. Where are you setting up camp?
Night Shift Forest. I loved the energy there and the aesthetics. It was so peaceful and yet full of that like mystery and magical energy.
I also love Night Shift Forest because it is so pretty with all of the pink and purple trees, and it feels very homey.
You get to vault one item forever and unvault one. What's the trade?
Vault the guided missile launcher. I've killed myself more times trying to use that thing successfully than I've ever been able to use it on another player. And then unvault the Void Oni mask. Best movement, in my opinion, the game ever introduced back in Chapter 6, Season 1.
For me, this may sound counterintuitive, but I would vault the baseball bat from last season because I felt that it was too overpowered, and then I would unvault the sword from Chapter 6, Season 1.
The next battle pass is yours to design. You can add one crossover. What is your pick?
I am going to say Marvel's Agatha All Along universe, and I'll tell you why. I love the gothic camp, the magic in that show. I love the quirkiness, and I would love like a finale emote or something where your character just like spins into a puff of purple smoke and cackles. I would also love an Agatha Harkness skin.
If I were to design the next battle pass, I would do a battle pass that is completely centered around the Dune movies. I love the 2 that are out right now. We already have Chani and we already have Paul Atreides, which I'm very thankful for. But if we were to add some more characters from the movies, then I would add Paul Atreides' mom, Jessica, and then also at least one of the Harkonnens because they give that evil feel. And I'd probably go with Glasul.
You're hired to invent a brand new Fortnite weapon. What is it called and what does it do?
Some kind of railgun that instead of blasting enemies through walls, it instead blasts them with a sound wave. And it would be a combination between a railgun and a disco ball. So instead of like damaging an enemy, you paralyze your enemy from afar. And then you get the opportunity to W key them since they can't really do anything else but just dance. So it would be like a hybrid railgun disco ball combo. I think I'd call it like the Starlight Railgun or Starlight Synth or something like that.
For me, the weapon that I would create is an enhanced version of the Shockwave because it's my favorite movement item. So what this item would do is it would be a Shockwave, but it shoots you a little bit further than a normal Shockwave. And then on top of that, gives you some extra stamina, maybe some infinite stamina for a certain amount of time, let's say 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Might be too overpowered, but I think that'd be really awesome. And I would call it not a shock wave, but a shock force.
You get to build your perfect squad. 1 real Fortnite player and 2 Fortnite NPCs. Who's dropping in with you?
Real player, well, I would honestly have to go with my girl here, Spicy. She's solid, she's good vibes, she's the best person soul I think I've ever met within the Fortnite universe. And then from the Fortnite verse, I would say Hope. She has such main character energy, and she's she can be a little bit reserved, but she delivers when she needs to. And then I would also say Big Dill, because he's just drama and chaos. And I know that whenever I see Big Dill in a squad on the horizon, there is trouble soon to follow. And I live for that kind of stuff.
So for my real player, I'm going to have to go with Cosmic because she is my Fortnite bestie. We're in this together. I love playing with you, Cosmic. And for my Fortnite characters, I would go with Hope and Jonesy, Underground Season.
You wake up tomorrow as a Fortnite NPC. What is your location and what items are you selling?
I would be posted up at a glittery UFO crash site featuring something Groover in the POI title, and I would probably sell shockwaves, Chug Splash for the quick heal up, and maybe a limited edition item called Mood Shift that could randomize your skin and emote every 60 seconds. So something that's just pure chaos and pure fun.
So for me, I would be located on one of the 2 turtles from this season. And for items that I would sell, it would have to be definitely shockwaves. That's my favorite movement item. A Hollow Twister AR, my favorite ARs so far in the game, and some sort of heal.
You're stuck with one style for the next month. Are you going builds or no builds?
I will probably crash out more times than is humanly possible, but I'd have to say builds. And that is because if I give myself that month, I will actually improve in a game mode that I have been trying to get better at a long time. So if I only have the option, then I'd want to do something that challenges me, even though the mode that I play the most is zero build.
I'm going to go with builds. I've played zero build for most of my time playing Fortnite, but I'm going to do builds because Cosmic and I are both learning how to build right now, and I really want to get better at it. So if I just do that, then it'll help me to improve.
What would be that one emo that defines your Fortnite personality?
I'm doing it right now. It would have to be Rain Check. It's the emo inspired by the Lady Gaga song. It's sparkly, it's catchy, it's just joy. It's a great way to celebrate. And it's a dance emote now, which is super exciting because it means other people can join me.
So for me, my favorite emote that I use almost every single game is the bear hug emote. Whether it's hugging my teammates like Cosmic or other players in the game, in the lobby, or even during the game. I, again, use this almost every game, at least a few times. So.
Alright, this segment then versus now, I want to keep it broad. So I just want to basically talk about when you started to the point that you're on, anything that you have worked towards, anything that you have improved on purpose, anything that you have kept the same on purpose. What has defined your content since the beginning until this point?
I'm still very new to TikTok. It's been officially 3 months as of yesterday since I've been creating content to share. Um, Not too much has changed. I'm still sharing the fun, silly moments, the fun gameplay that I have from various games. And really, I think the one thing that has changed for me that I'm trying to focus on is creating videos that continue to be engaging for my viewers and also enjoyable to watch. So, Pili, you mentioned like the captions, right? Having a relatable caption that you can read and easily you know what's going on before you watch the video, and having fun music to it and clipping the video down so that only the viewer is seeing what's relevant, right? Just trying to work on that. Again, not too much has changed, but just sharing the moments that I think are worth sharing.
So for me, I have been trying to always be consistent about showing up authentically. And I think a lot of the content that's out there tends to lean more like sweaty or skillful. And that is great and all in Fortnite because it is a game that requires you to, be like a little bit, have a little bit of an understanding of what's going on. I'm not afraid to post a fail. I'm not afraid to post something fun. And because that's who I am. Like I play well occasionally, but I also like to celebrate the moments where I don't do well too. So I think what I've been doing differently or what I'm changing on purpose or just being mindful of is just remembering that consistency doesn't mean being the same every day. It just means showing up authentically, even when it means trying to do something wild or, posting a fail. I don't try to imitate what I think people want. I try to post what I think I will enjoy. And by doing that, my hope is that other people who connect with me will find me. And that's really the goal of the community I hope to embrace.
All right, for the next segment, I want to get off the island a little bit. I want to talk about who Cosmic and Spicy are outside of the world of Fortnite. Anything that you want to share with your community, any hidden talents that you have, any music that you're into, TV, series that you enjoy, books that you like, other games that you play.
Well, outside of Fortnite, I've always loved games and gaming. I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I love Assassin's Creed and that universe, Horizon, The Last of Us. But I'm also a musician and love all things house and techno and weird, ambiguous TV shows and even costume design. Like Halloween is basically my Super Bowl. But really everything I do in my life and really the driving force behind a lot of my decisions is all about helping people reconnect with joy, creativity, and community. And that's really the biggest thing I bring from a personal and even a potentially professional standpoint.
I am someone who loves to get outside. I live by the mountains. I love to go on hikes during the summer, so I'm really looking forward to that. I like to do yoga. I like to do various workout classes to get active and connect with other women in my community. I make candles for fun. That's one of my side hobbies. I make those for my friends and family all the time. And in terms of music, I also love electronic music, mainly various genres of house music. And I think that's where my love for the Lyric Skin really comes from, because it's from Fortnite's Coachella collection. It's a festival that I've been to a couple of times so far, and I have so many great memories there. So yeah, it's a little bit about me.
All right, ladies, we made it to the final circle. One last zone, one last set of questions. And I want to ask you my favorite question in the whole show. What do you want people to feel when they watch your videos?
I want people to feel happy, and I want them to be able to laugh with me and giggle and just feel joyful when they're watching my content. Because that's what it's all about, and that's why we're playing the game, right? Because we enjoy it and we're here to have fun and connect with others. So again, happy and joyful.
Yeah, Spicy touched on a key word that I think underscores everything that I do, which is joy. And so for me, I want people to feel joy when they watch my videos or they come to my page or come to my stream. I want them to feel permission and belonging.
Any final shout outs that you gals want to give to your communities?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who's supported me so far. It's just the beginning. I'm so excited to see where this goes. But every comment, every like, every follow means so much to me. And just having that support, it really means the world. I'd also like to shout out Miss Cosmic Groover right next to me, because we're really in this together. And I appreciate you so much, Cosmic. It's been really fun starting this journey at the same time and being able to lean on each other.
I want to shout out Spicy as well for being just the most incredible partner in all this as we kind of figure things out and build the ship as we're flying it together, as we're still so new to this thing. And I also want to shout out my Fortnite Pink Pony Club Discord server family. In addition to Spicy and some of our close mutual friends who have showed up to our early streams, which is really how things get off the ground. They are a group of inclusive LGBTQ and LGBTQ allied friends and family who have just been really phenomenal in showing their support. And you really can't do it without your community. And so I just appreciate them so much too. So thank you.
With that, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, Cosmic and Spicy, for being a part of Season 1 of Loopbreakers. It has been a pleasure for me and an honor to interview you. I hope this helps you in your journey, and at least it helps someone out there that may want to start making content, to understand how much it takes and how fun it can be. It doesn't always have to be a grind. It can be a lot of fun, and it can be very casual. You don't have to go all crazy on it. I'm going to stop talking. Stay kind, stay cracked, and keep creating.